All right, it's Tuesday morning about 9 o'clock, and it ended up being a pretty nice night. I hardly even needed a blanket inside, but it was jacket weather, but really nice inside the cab. Just finished making some coffee and oatmeal, so I'm gonna just sit here and enjoy the view a little bit. Like yesterday, I expect that to burn off a bit more, and even probably in about an hour or two, I won't even need this sweatshirt. But today, again, it should be the Yukon, so hoping the weather's decent up that way, so I can take in some of the sights on the way as far as scenery and at least look out into the distance, because I do know that when I get to Tuck, it's probably going to be cloudy and rainy and most of the drive up there based on the forecast that I saw. So that's it for now, and just see what the day brings. Alright, so I drove past this little trail that comes up off the main road, and it's called Baba Canyon, Baba Canyon, but it goes back there a little bit, and it's a trailhead, so I'm going to just take a quick walk. I just grabbed my sat phone and my bear spray. I don't plan on going very far. Just want to see what's up around there and take a look at the rock formation. So that's the plan. Hopefully I don't regret not taking more, because it could end up being a pretty trail and then I got to come back for more stuff. But just going to take a few minutes and take a look. The water has this really aqua tint blue to it, almost like I've seen with glacier water, but it is just really neat. I can't get over it. I already drank some of it, so hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt me, but pretty far up here as far as where we're at in British Columbia, so I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of crap in it, but you never know. But I had to try it, and it was delicious. Look how clear that is. That's about 2.5 feet, and you can see straight to the bottom. I think I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm sure it's pretty, but I don't really want to hike today, although I should. And I'm actually thinking about staying here. I saw this on iOverlander, and it didn't say it was as pretty as it actually is if you've got the will to go up a little bit further than off the road, because it was kind of rutted out and big rocks. I doubt anybody with an RV might go up there, but anybody with a higher lift vehicle would. And I love the spot. There's going to be people in and out of here all day, though. It's still early in the day. It's not even noon yet. But if I had found this a little bit later today, this would be my camp spot for tonight. To hear the water running, to be surrounded by these cool rock formations. But there is a lot of daylight, and I don't think I'm ready to stop yet. So for that reason, I'm going to press on. Alright, so rather than go for a hike, I'm going to rotate my tires. It is badly overdue, and I need to get the driver's side front off of there. It is just, it's not balanced well. It never was. I got it balanced again about 10,000 miles ago, and I can still hear it out of rotation on the road. So that one's going to go on the rear, and since I'm throwing my spare into the mix, I only need to jack up one wheel at a time. It's going to take longer than it should because I'm going to do it all manually. I'm not going to use my drill driver. I noticed that it ends up screwing up the threads on my cheap lug nuts. So I'm going to do this as quickly as possible. It's not too warm outside and it needs to be done. So I'm going to do that now. So I've got the one wheel chalked with some rocks and have my got a block of wood there to put my bottle jack on, and then I already have a cradle for my bottle jack, so I jack it up by the axle. And then just for added safety, I'm gonna go ahead and stick these underneath each one by the bottle jack. I'm not gonna rest it on it, but that way if for whatever reason the bottle jack starts to go, it'll catch it with that and give me a little bit more time to get away from the vehicle. So since I'm out here alone, figure the extra safety wouldn't be bad. So now I'm gonna take off this and start my rotation process. That's off. I'm hoping that the vibration up front at that left corner will now go away, but I'll find out here in about 20 minutes when I pack all this stuff up and head out. Alright, so I'm at a lodge, and looking at the map, there's not a whole lot of options to get gas, and I think I'm going to need some. So I'm going to go ahead and get it here. I don't even know what the price is, but here it is. $1.89 a liter. So 2, 4, 6, 8, about $7 a gallon, I think. Anyway, I'm going to get about 10 gallons just to make sure I get to the next spot. Alright, so I followed this road down toward the lake here, but it looks like a pretty well used and not very well kept spot, so I think I'm going to keep moving on, try to find something else. Obviously somebody's using this for something. I don't know, drying fish, or I don't know. It's got something going on here. Tables that are falling apart, and then fire ring, more trash over there, and then a ramp out over the water, probably for fishing or to tie up a boat. And then you got that well-used table, so probably an area where they fished and then just used this area to cut them up and camp and have fresh fish, I would imagine. So I'm gonna turn around here, and the road went a little bit further back that way. See if I can't find something a bit more picturesque, and if not, I'm gonna head into the next stop, which is in the Yukon, which is just a rest stop. So I'll see how that goes, and if not, I'll go the few more miles to the Yukon territory, the first entrance into it, and just stay at a rest stop probably. It's only 5 o'clock, but the weather is not that great, so it hasn't been a real scenic drive, just because the clouds are keeping the sun from poking through and really bringing out the colors. But I don't think I'm going to be getting better tomorrow, so this could be a sign of things to come. There wasn't a whole lot of sun in the forecast the last time I looked, so we'll see how that turns out. For now, I need to find a spot for the night. All right, so it's about 6 o'clock. I ended up looking at a few different spots, and there were a couple of nicer ones than this. Got the river right there. It's not the most scenic part of the river, but the other spots that were on like really coarse gravel or sand were really close to the bridge, which is around that bend over there. And I wanted to be out of sight of the bridge. So that's where I am. There's barely a trail you can see where everything's pushed down into the sand there. And out this way, it's just too rocky to walk on. So that's why I'm at where I'm at rather than being closer to the water. But reading online, people have said that they've seen beavers, bears, and black bears and grizzlies in this area, so just have to be careful about that. And I noticed these tracks here, which I don't know if you can make that out. I don't know if those are just dog tracks or what they are. Maybe somebody can comment, but I'm just gonna assume there's things out here that are gonna eat me, so I'll be careful and keep my bear spray close. But yeah, it's a little early, but it's not very bright out, and I just wanted to settle down. I'm hungry, I'm kind of tired, dragging a little bit today, so I figured why not find a decent spot to sit. And I didn't see anybody on the way in, even at the spaces that are over there by the bridge, so should be really quiet tonight, other than maybe some animals and looks like some older scat or something. Not should know my animals and animal crap better, but I don't. I just assume things are going to eat me. So that's it. That's the spot. Lots of debris from when the water gets a lot higher. And there is the bridge over there. So I'm only about, I'd say, between the twists and turns and everything, maybe 3/4 to a mile back here. So either way, it's going to be quiet, and I will just enjoy my time this evening. Look at this rock with the vein in it. That is pretty cool. That one looks like it was made out of a bunch of different rocks, and it is completely smooth. That is kind of crazy.